Hey folks, Josh Reeves here to remind you that the Global Reality is a 100% publicly funded operation that relies on the monthly support of our listeners for survival. We don't have paid advertisements or commercial sponsors who can ever dictate the content of our work. Donations can be made through PayPal by using my PayPal email address, dayglow76@yahoo.com. That's DAYGLOW76@yahoo.com. Or on the Cash App by using the cash tag Reeves Radio. All lowercase, one word, Reeves Radio on the Cash App. You can also purchase all of my work in my download store with all the films, audiobooks, and presentations I have made. And purchasing these items also helps us survive. You can also purchase a membership for the show and access years of archived shows. Support true grassroots media and activism, not beholden to commercial sponsors. We can't survive without you, so show your support today. Alright guys, I've got a special treat for you today. This is a separate thing I'm doing aside from the show and just doing this as a standalone interview. This is very special. I'm shocked and amazed we actually got this person, but here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Katt Williams. Katt, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Well, Josh, thank you for having me so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. Listen, I heard you're a fan of conspiracy stuff. I heard that you saw one of my films or heard one of my shows or something, and that's why you agreed to come on. Are you a fan of conspiracy stuff? And if you're a fan of my work, what are you a fan of?
I did not come here today to talk about Josh Reeves. Katt Williams came here today to talk about Katt Williams.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you're great, Katt. I've been a big fan of yours for almost 20 years now, and I gotta ask though, what was up with that necklace you were wearing on Joe Rogan that had the Anunnaki symbol on it and said woke on it? Listen, I don't know if you know this or not, Katt, but Sumerian texts are not, and even the scholarly translations of those texts are not very kind to black people. They say black people were made with the least amount of Anunnaki DNA, and therefore they were, the lowest form of humans and all this stuff. I'm just telling you what they say. You're wearing that necklace. What's up with that?
Josh Reeves, you ain't shit. You ain't never been shit, and you ain't never gonna be shit. Okay, let me tell you, Katt Williams plays arenas. Okay? You ain't shit, your mama ain't shit, you ain't never been shit. You ain't never gonna be shit.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just wondering, because, I've read those Sumerian texts a lot. Katt, what do you think about what I was the first person to reveal that was told to me by the late, great Jordan Maxwell when he saw my film, The Spellcasters Volume 1. He said he had this information for years, didn't know what to do with it, and he said that, after he saw that movie of mine, The Spellcasters, he said to himself, here's a guy that deserves to have this information because he'll know what to do with it. And he said that Zachariah Sitchin got all of his stuff from his books. They combined with stuff from the ancient Sumerian text to create like his famous works with Nibiru and all that stuff. And that was all a creation of L. Ron Hubbard from Scientology. What do you think about that, Katt?
Well, I think L. Ron Hubbard wasn't shit. Zachariah Sitchin wasn't shit. Josh Reeves ain't shit. Katt Williams is playing arenas, son, okay?
All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's hard to argue that. What other comedians out there today, specifically black comedians, because I think there's I don't know if it's because people have moved towards the woke mindset and stuff like that, but, other than like yourself and Dave Chappelle and even Chris Rock is still out there killing it, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that we're seeing the greatness level. The greatness level from comedy in general is at an all-time high, but it doesn't seem like we're seeing the greatness level as large as we would be expecting to see it right now. What do you think about that?
Well, it's just another one of the white man's conspiracies, Josh Reeves. One that you're probably behind to yourself. The white man does not want the black man to be funnier than he is. 'Cause he ain't shit. So if I had to boil it down to one thing, I'd boil it down to that.
All right. Fair enough. Are there any up-and-coming comedians, black or otherwise, that you think deserve some shine right now? I mean, you got Cam Patterson down in Austin. He's killing it. There's a lot of good. Shane Gillis is killing it, even after they tried to cancel him, and now he's one of the biggest comedians, if not the biggest comedian in the world. What do you think of all that, Katt?
Well, Josh, Katt Williams plays arenas. All those other guys you named, they ain't shit. They ain't playing arenas.
Well, I think Shane Gillis is playing arenas. I mean, that counts, right?
Shane Gillis is the white man. Okay?
All right, fair enough. Well, listen, Katt, regardless of everything we talked about, I'm a big fan. I remain a big fan. I've been quoting you on my show for years, and I think you're great,
Thank you, Josh. And you ain't shit.
All right, cool. Well, this is Josh Reeves, and you heard it here, guys. I'm not shit. I made 17 films this year, 11 last year. I've been on air. My show's been on air for 17 years coming up in September, but hey, the suppression is real. What can I say? I ain't shit. Thank you. Thanks for listening.